Hello there, it's Cody Fry. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to play you something that I've never released before. This is my cover of The Way You Look Tonight, and I recorded this kind of in a different era of my life, but I really like it, and so I thought I'll just play it down, we can listen to it together, and then we'll go through it a little bit. So I hope you enjoy The Way You Look Tonight. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. And that laugh that crinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you rearrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Okay, first I wanted to mention that this features Mark Lettieri on guitar. You can see his guitar parts in this lime green here, and Emmanuel Echem on flugelhorn. He did this arrangement himself and added to what I had going on in the track. It was just so much fun to work with Emmanuel on this and Mark. They're both just ferocious musicians. Let's talk about the bass and the drums. So here's the drum bus. All the drums are fake loops. I used this sample library called Raw Beats. It kind of has this analog flair, and I played bass on this. As you can see, it's been edited a lot. I don't know. Playing bass in the studio is one of the most fun things you can do, I think. Ask Corey Wong. He's obsessed with playing bass. And it's just, I don't know. There's something so much fun about being able to play bass on a record. A lot of this arrangement actually stemmed from me playing bass on it. And I kind of came up with a lot of the riffs and chord structures by just playing the bass part. I'm not an amazing bass player, but, you know, I'm passable when I can do this to it. Probably notice the piano is just keyscape. I think it's literally the stock setting. So if you open up keyscape and just click the first patch, that is this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So let's go to the end of the bridge where the vocal arrangement gets a little bit more dense. As you know, a lot of times I work in notation. For this, I didn't do any notation. I just kind of sang it and kind of built the parts as I went. I was watching a bunch of videos at the time of Jacob Collier doing this, and I was like, well, I want to try that. And so basically I created these groupings, and I would record everything 4 times and split it out left to right. So it's 2 on the left and 2 on the right for each pass of the harmony. And it was just a lot of fun. Here's a little bit of the vocals soloed. It touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you rearrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. So for some of the low notes, you can see I just threw autotune on here. And there's a little knob here, the transpose knob. So I just sang it up the octave and then bumped it down the octave and boosted a ton of the bass so that it just kind of gives you that really low vocal part. Lovely. Sounds kind of weird on its own, but in the midst of the group, sounds kind of cool. At the end, during the piano solo, I actually sang in the flugel part that I wanted. And so I actually liked the way that sounded, and I decided to just leave it in with the actual flugel. So when you're hearing it in the solo section, it's both flugelhorn and the background vocals. This whole thing was just about having fun. I was not really doing this for any reason. Was never intending to release it. Obviously, I never did release it. So honest, I just was having a good time doing mouth trumpet stuff. Here's the background track just during that big section of the arrangement. I think it gets kind of dense and fun. That's that little DX7 thing. So you can see these are the guitars that I recorded. And then there's the Mark stuff. He played Barry and did this clean. I love this moment of Mark Lettieri right here. So good. Mark is incredible. Oh, and that too. I mean, that's just such a cool thing. I would never think to do this. I don't even know how he did that. I don't know what I was thinking there. Those are cool chords. Ah, Emmanuel, listen to that. Oh, it's so good. With Emmanuel, I just sent him the track, and I was kind of like, hey, just go nuts. He creates the arrangements himself, records it himself. He's fantastic. If you ever need, dope horns on a record, you should call Emmanuel. It's a cool guitar tone. Yeah, there was really no reason for me to do this other than I just enjoyed the process of it. I wanted to try my hand at that sort of off-the-cuff vocal arranging in a really dense way. And, a jazz standard like The Way You Look Tonight really allows you to kind of experiment with denser harmonies than I would on a regular just pop track. I do miss this type of music sometimes. I kind of came up playing a lot of groovier, funkier stuff like this. And my career has kind of become orchestra guy, which, don't get me wrong, I love as well. I'm so happy, and I love partnering with orchestras and amazing. But every once in a while, I'm just like, oh man. That's why I collaborate with people like Corey Wong so much. he kind of allows me this outlet to have fun like this. Speaking of having fun, I played the piano solo at the end of this track, which you heard earlier, but Mark Lettieri also played a guitar solo over the end, and so I thought maybe for the end of the video, I would just play that for you. So I'm going to mute the piano solo here, unmute Mark Lettieri guitar. Thanks for watching this. See you next time. Is it too much? Maybe. But do I like it? And did I have fun making it? Yes. And which is more important, the opinion of someone who thinks it's too much or me having fun making music in my life? I'll choose that one every time.